Karren Brady, 52, called for the police to do more when it comes to women reporting disturbing complaints. The Apprentice star spoke of previous experience, as she herself has been subjected to vile words online by vicious trolls over the years. Writing in her most recent column for The Sun, Baroness Brady wondered if the solution lay in appointing more women to make these kinds of the decisions. All but the most severe or disturbing complaints are ignored, she sighed. Those that are looked at are often when an escalation to a more tangible threat has occurred. She referenced late Labour MP Jo Cox, who was tragically killed in 2016 by a far-right activist after she suffered repeated online harassment and threats. Words like SLG, BH and whore are reserved exclusively for women and used only to degrade them, Karren explained. I have lost track of the number of times I have been called these on Twitter. But if you report this to Twitter, it responds and says it finds no violation of its rules. Ridiculous. She went on to say, this kind of abuse is disgusting and unacceptable. It must stop. The police need to do more, and so do social media companies. It drives me mad that they don't make this their top priority. She added, maybe that is why we need more women making the decisions. Elsewhere, Karren praised the Queen after it was reported that she refused to be impartial from COVID rules to grieve for her husband Prince Philip at his funeral. In light of recent events involving government lockdown parties, she branded her decision one from a true leader. Last week, Private Eye reported that Downing Street offered for the Queen to have more mourners at Prince Philip's funeral, offering to temporarily lift some of the rules in place back in April 2021. However, the Queen had refused this as she wanted to set an example for the nation. Karren wrote, is anyone else entirely unsurprised to hear that although Downing Street offered the Queen a COVID exemption for Prince Philip's funeral, to allow more mourners, she turned it down? The business mogul argued this was in stark contrast to politicians who have been caught in a dispute over hosting lockdown parties. In a show of solidarity that is the polar opposite of the one rule for us, another for them accusations that have been flying around politicians lately, she continued, the suggestion was rejected by Her Majesty. Karren argued, that's why we all admire the Queen. It is amazing that, at a time of enormous personal grief, she was still thinking about the feelings of the rest of the country. Although she was in mourning over the loss of her life partner and soulmate, she would not accept preferential treatment, likely because she knew it would not have been fair on the rest of us. That's what true leadership is all about.